Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. Today is another full day of meals. So I'm just going to share with you what we are eating for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. As far as breakfast and lunch, not a lot going on, as you'll see. But then we're going to make some delicious dinner and dessert, so you don't want to miss it. Alright, here's what we're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Alright, so for breakfast today, we're just eating the rest of the orange bread and banana bread. Some already got into it. Just finishing that up. Okay, so for lunch, not very pretty, but we are having the rest of the grilled meat that we had from the other day and probably just some veggie sticks. Alright, so we just got home and I need to start dessert. For dessert tonight, we're going to make some orange cinnamon rolls. One of my favorites, one of Kate's favorites, and I still got plenty of oranges, so why not make orange cinnamon rolls? So we're gonna start those now so that they'll be ready then when it is time for, well, after dinner. Let's get it started. Okay, so to start with the dough, I'm gonna do a half a cup of warm milk. A tablespoon of yeast. A tablespoon of sugar. I'll give that a quick stir. I'm gonna let that just sit for just a few minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna add 1 egg, a half a cup of orange juice, a teaspoon of salt, three tablespoons of butter melted, let's start slowly adding in 3 cups up to 3 1/4 cups of flour. Okay, now I'm just gonna let this, I'm gonna cover it and let this sit. Oh, it feels good. Okay, I'm gonna cover it and let this sit for an hour to an hour and a half and let it get nice and doubled in size. Okay, I'm gonna make the filling in the middle. This is a half a cup, a stick of butter, just soft. To that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of just plain old sugar. Then I'm gonna add the zest of 1 orange here. And then I'm also gonna add some of the orange powder that we made before. If you missed that, I had some oranges that I was peeling and canning and freezing, so I dehydrated the peels till they were really nice and hard, and then I added I put it in a blender and mixed it up, ground it up, or you could do it in a food processor to make it powder to add to orange flavor to anything like this. Get all that good orange zest. And then I've got the orange powder here. Like I said, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. Not too much, just a little. And stir all this together, mix it all together. This is gonna be what we're gonna put in our cinnamon rolls for the middle. I'm gonna spread it on the dough. And I have my dough here. It had a really hard time rising. I'm not sure why. Probably, well, honestly, probably just because of how the windows and everything are open, because it's a beautiful day here. It's like 70 degrees. It's probably making it not rise as well. So I'm just gonna put a little flour down. And I'm just gonna kind of roll it into a rectangle. I'm gonna add my filling. I'm just gonna kind of spread that out. And then I'm gonna take this longer side and roll it, because I want to be able to have lots of cinnamon rolls or orange rolls. Just like that. I'm just gonna spray my pan down. And then I'm just gonna take my knife and I'm gonna cut it, and you can see it's a pretty cinnamon roll. I'm just gonna pop it in here. What you doing, babe?
Has it broke?
Your Jell-O, I don't think it's done yet. I think it's got to sit a while longer, baby. Luke made Jell-O as part of his cooking today in school. And then I got this one little tiny end piece. I'll just kind of squeeze it in here somewhere. It'll be right in there. Okay, now these I'm gonna cover and let this rise again before we bake them. Okay, so next I'm gonna make chicken. I've got some chicken thighs and some chicken wings. I know my hair's looking crazy. And we're also gonna make some scalloped potatoes. Now the scalloped potato recipe that I follow is from my 1950s cookbook. It does not include cheese. You could add cheese to it, but I prefer the traditional no cheese added. I honestly don't feel like you need it. It is really, really good just the way it is. So that's what I'm gonna make. And I figure we're gonna go through some of our cans. I'm gonna open a can of green beans and a can of corn. So we still need to go through some of those cans downstairs. Also, real quick, a couple questions that have been asked. One, somebody mentioned I should have named Boris Porky, so I had Porky and Petunia. We joked about that. The kids don't know who that is. As awful as that is, we joked about that. That would have been cute, but we had already decided upon Boris. And the kids all agreed and liked that name, so that's why we went with Boris. Also, one was, since I kind of title all my videos the same, this actually has happened twice. Somebody has asked, well, I can't find your recipes. It'd be nice if you could just show me the recipes. So let me just tell you, every video, there is a link under the video in the description, every video, so you can click on any one you want. And it says, for all recipes, go here. And that takes you straight to the website. And I had Charles make it so easy, because I said it needs to be easy, that I would do it, because I don't mess around on people's website. If I can't get in, click, hit print on a recipe and be done, I'm not messing with it. And I said I need it that simple. So all you have to do, any recipe you want, you click on that. The recipes are there. We're gonna organize them different and as it builds, because he adds to them almost daily. We'll organize it better, but you just go through and you pick the recipe you want. Now, when you pick the recipe you want, at the bottom of each recipe, he links the video. So if you want to watch me make that recipe because you kind of are more of a visual and you want to watch me, it will take you directly to that. So if you wanted to watch orange cinnamon rolls, click on that, click on the website, it takes you straight to it. Just click on breads, orange cinnamon roll, click, you want that to go down to the bottom of the recipe and you have the video right there. And it'll be today's video. And you can click and it will take you straight to the video that I made that. Fast forward to that part or whatever it is that you want to see and you can see it. So he made it super, super simple for you. I hope that helps some because I do just label them all this way because that way it gets out there and people can see, because that's what it is it's budget cooking, and right now most of the world's on a budget, and that's why they're titled the way they are, because we're on a tight budget, and so we're sharing that. So number 3, the third thing is my cat meows every night at dinner time, and you guys hear it's one of the many cats that we have. Okay, so why you hear that cat meow all the time, I promise it's for its own good. We bring that cat into the house because he likes to get out. He sneaks out of the barn. We lock them all in the barn. And he sneaks out and just prowls around. Well, we have a lot of coyotes here. Our neighbor has even filmed with his night cameras all the coyote action. They're all around our barn. They're just all over out there. So that is why we lock them up. And because this cat specifically loves to escape, we lock him up in the house at night, and he hates it. But he's locked up in the house for his own protection. So you hear him whine because this is every night at dinner time. As you see, it's starting to get dark back here. That's dinner time. That's when I'm cooking dinner, because it's real life. That's when the cat gets locked in the house. And it sits at the door and cries for probably a half hour before it realizes, okay, I'm stuck till morning. And he quits crying. So there you have it. That's why the cat cries all the time. It is not out of meanness. It's because we're trying to keep him alive and not have him get eaten up by coyotes. All right, now I'm gonna start with the chicken. Let's get the chicken cooked. I think I answered enough questions for tonight. Remember, I don't always get back to comments. I'm really, really bad about it because I'm exhausted by the time I get this video up, and then I'm so busy during the day. But you guys, I read every single comment. Even if you remove them, I probably already read it. So I read all of them, I promise. So keep them coming. I love hearing from all of you all the time. And I try to answer as many on camera that I can, because I'm a very slow typer, and it's easier for me to just answer, you know, on the camera than it is to just type answers. So, all right, let's start the chicken. Also, real quick, I forgot to tell you guys, because we are tracking my spending, I did spend $2.98 on this milk, which leaves me $20 left for the month, but we did run out of milk and needed some more. Okay, the others that you just saw me remove, I'm gonna put in this bag, and I will use these for a lunch tomorrow. Maybe I'll make some kind of soup or something like that. So this is plenty for tonight for our family. I'm gonna drizzle with some olive oil. Okay, I'm just gonna break up this celery. I'm gonna tuck in a little celery. And I'm gonna tuck in some carrots.
Now we're just gonna...
Honey, it's gonna take longer than that. Gonna add some minced garlic. Some poultry seasoning. And some seasoning salt. That's it. This is ready. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. I've got it set at 400, and I'm gonna just cook it until the chicken's cooked all the way through. Okay, for the potatoes, I'm gonna start with 5. I know I've only got 4 here, but I've got a 5th one over there. I'm gonna peel and slice these thin, and then we'll make the sauce to go with it. Okay, you could also use a mandolin slicer for this. I just don't. I just use a knife. I tell you, I do find that cooking from like the 1950s, even the 60s, but pretty much not after that. But I feel like the 60s, the 40s, the 50s, the 30s, they used very, very basic ingredients that you can find most anywhere. Things like just flour, sugar, butter, you know, milk, potatoes, you know, just your vegetables, your meats. Much easier to keep things cheap when that's the stuff that you're using. And you're just stocking your pantry with the basics. And then you can turn that into so much. Cooking from scratch is very intimidating to a lot of people. But you can cook so much. There's not much that you can't cook from scratch. And you think, well, if I buy a box of instant potatoes, that's like the same as potatoes. But you can get much more from those potatoes than you can a box of instant potatoes. You can turn them into so many things. You know, maybe buying the just add water mix for pancakes is cheaper. But if you automatically have all the things that you need in your cupboard to make pancakes with just flour and sugar and baking powder, and you just keep that stuff stocked up, and salt and some milk, or you could use canned milk, or you could use powdered milk, or whatever kind of milk you can get your hands on. If you watched before, I had to substitute a lot with mixing 1 can of evaporated milk and 1 can of water. I did that a lot. You can just make things so much cheaper. You really can. And it's not that expensive for the basic ingredients. Flour is at Walmart. I've found flour, sugar, baking powder, all that stuff is cheapest at Walmart. Everything else I find cheaper elsewhere, but baking stuff, Walmart for sure. Okay, now we're gonna make the sauce to go with the potatoes. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of butter and let that melt. All right, to this I'm gonna add some onion, and I'm gonna just saute the onion. I do it a little different than the cookbook says. It says to just sprinkle the onion, but I'm just making this as simple as the cookbook says. It really is a very cost-friendly recipe. I just want to brown this. I'm going to add some salt. Now the recipe says to add your salt and pepper just in your layers instead of adding it all to the sauce, but I like to just add it all to the sauce. We're just going to let that cook up. Add a few tablespoons of flour. Sorry, I've not filled water yet. And turn this down a hair. Then this is going to take about 3 cups of milk to make the cream. You could add some chicken bouillon in here if you wanted to. You could add other spices, basil or parsley. Really anything. Rosemary would be good. I'm going to let this come up to a boil and just kind of thicken. And then we'll have our white cream sauce to go with our potatoes. And there is a very thirsty, tired husband.
So I know you said you could add probably any spice to that, but I would not add thyme because you might burn it.
Ha ha ha. Dad joke champ. That's a shirt Luke got him one time for, I don't know, Father's Day or something. Try and make it so you're not crooked, but I really can't. In my tiny kitchen.
Don't attack me. Call me crooked. I'm as honest as the day is long.
So what have you been doing? You worked your full day of work and then you went out to do what?
I had to go do some fencing for the pigs.
So he's been making fencing for the pigs because we got to get them together, and then he's using just logs and stuff that he's got here on the property.
Basically to separate a fence stall.
Yes, but that'll be come in handy when Belle comes back and when she calves and when we have piglets being born, and it'll be nice to have the stall sectioned off. All right, back to dinner. I know you are. I am too. It's been a long day. Wednesdays are a long day.
Now we're supposed to have big storms tomorrow.
Yes, everybody watch big storms tomorrow if you're in our area. Watch for high winds and tornadoes and all that good stuff.
Texas to Ohio. So really...
Oh, from Texas to Ohio?
That's the band, yep.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We're going to let this just kind of thicken up. You want to taste this and see if you need to add anything. I don't. That's really perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and we're going to assemble our potatoes. Okay, so I'm going to just start with some potatoes that are turning a little brown already. Then I'm going to add some of the sauce. More potatoes. More sauce. And then I just got to get these last potatoes in and try and get it covered in the sauce. I maybe should have made more sauce.
Well, those potatoes will cook down a little bit, won't they?
Yeah. And just kind of spread it around. Okay, then I'm going to cover this, and this is going to bake for 1 hour, like I said, at 350 degrees. Okay, you guys, these are ready now to go in. So I'm going to put these in at 350 degrees. They bake for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're slightly golden brown on top. So I'm going to put these in the oven real quick. Okay, so for the icing, I need to have some more orange juice. So I'm just going to juice these couple oranges that I've zested over the last couple days. Okay, then I am just going to pour it in here to strain because I don't want pulp in the icing. Okay, while that's cooking, we're gonna make the icing. So I have a half a block of cream cheese and a half a stick of butter. And I'm just gonna kind of cream that together. I'm also gonna add just a pinch of salt, about a cup of powdered sugar, and then optional is some orange extract. But I'm going to use that orange powder again. And we're going to slowly add our orange juice. Want this to get nice and creamy, so I'm gonna speed it up. So we'll just wait and we're gonna ice it while they're still warm. All right, so the cinnamon roll, well, the orange rolls have come out of the oven. I'm gonna let them cool just slightly before we ice them. The chicken is done. We're just waiting now on the potatoes. So we'll ice these here in just a few minutes. All right, it is now time to ice these orange rolls. It's going on 8 o'clock and we're still waiting on dinner. It has been a day. I'm just gonna ice these while they're still warm. All right, there's the cinnamon rolls. All right, Charles is gonna try the orange cinnamon roll because that's ready while we're waiting on the potatoes. I said it's 8 o'clock, we're still waiting on dinner.
It doesn't look like an orange.
In the summertime, sometimes we don't eat dinner till 10 o'clock.
Well, okay, but in all fairness,
we're outside till like 9.
Outside till 10 o'clock.
What do you think? My opinion, I thought it was very good, but I would still like a little stronger orange flavor.
See, I don't think I would want stronger orange flavor.
You like it more subtle?
But this is the...
I mean, you definitely taste orange.
This is cooked the way I like my cinnamon rolls. It's like perfect.
Well, thank you.
And I do like a good cinnamon roll.
We get dessert, then dinner.
I know.
Guess what's for breakfast? Cinnamon rolls. Orange rolls.
And I do want everybody to know that your orange cranberry bread, I think I ate almost that entire loaf myself.
You did. He has become a changed man.
It was an acquired taste. It was interesting. It's different.
Oh my gosh, you never eat anything with cranberries.
But it was good. I think it was even better the second day. The top got a little mushier. I like that. But that's my opinion.
All right, you can try the potatoes next when they're done and cooled off for a minute at like 8:30 tonight. All right, so here are the potatoes. And then I'm just going to open a can of green beans and a can of corn. So let me go on and serve this up and Charles can give it a taste. Alright, he's going to taste test the rest of it and then I'm going to go get this video up for you guys.
Are these like an au gratin?
Yes. Well, they're scalloped.
Scalloped? It's good because I don't like hair on my potatoes. Scalloped. Very good.
You always act so surprised that you like it.
Oh, they're hot.
Yes, it's very hot. Alright, on that note, it's that and chicken.
That first bite got me because it was not that hot, and then I got that other one thinking, oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
Way hot.
Your chicken is always delicious.
Thank you.
Especially when you do the pan roasted with the...
Yeah.
Why don't I have carrots?
So I didn't give you any yet.
I like carrots. A vegetable I eat and you don't give it to me?
Maybe you can get some out of the pan.
Very juicy.
There you go. Alright, there you have it. I'm exhausted. It is 8:30. I'm gonna go get this up for you guys and I'm ready to just chill for the night. I hope all of you guys have a great night wherever you are and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everybody.
Make this food. This is really good.
Bye everybody. Good night.